Hey guys, it's Pokke here, back with another video, and today this is gonna be the follow-up video with regards to the Genshin Impact video that I made not too long ago, titled I really like Genshin Impact. The comparison of Genshin Impact and the other prominent games, gacha games, in 2024. This is gonna be a subjective take. This is gonna be a neutral take. Without further ado, let's get into today's content.
Subscribe!
Okay, before I talk about war, okay, chat, what do you guys think first? I want to see what does the chat think? Kujo camp. Oh my god, war. Here's how we're gonna go about this comparison. Alright, let's go, guys. After a much discussion with my chat, these are gonna be the criterias that we're gonna be talking about. Alright, a very neutral comparison of the big four: Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves. It's too loud. So, in this order: gameplay, character design, story/lore, music, endgame, exploration/world, progression, gacha system, Powercreep, voice actors, welfare, QL dailies, as well as community. This is a bit of a question mark. We'll talk about that later. Alright, let's get down to it. First things first, gameplay. I will just give like a score. How do we define gameplay? Because gameplay, fundamentally, you can't really take it as a comparison, especially between these games, where there are so many differences fundamentally. Like Honkai Star Rail, it is a turn-based RPG. Zenless Zone Zero is like a sort of like a hack and slash. I guess the closest, if you want to compare, is like Genshin and Wuwa. They are both quote-unquote open-world exploration games, with pretty much quite similar but different combat system, right? So I think it's kind of impossible to give everybody a score based on a single criteria, because gameplay is just fundamentally different for all these games, and it will ultimately depend on what you enjoy as a player, right? If you enjoy turn-based games, like if you like Pokemon, you're not gonna play like Super Mario, right? If you like Elden Ring, you might not play Animal Crossing, right? Somewhat similar to this. So that being said, I will just give my personal subjective opinion. Okay. Oh yeah, you know what? I'll just rank it. Yeah, I think ranking is easier. Subjective personal opinion. I think right now for me, I like Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail for now. It's still too loud. For now, Honkai Star Rail is gonna be rank 1 for me. I do like the turn base. I do like the the fun button, and I like a little bit more, I guess, less action intensive games, because I'm an old man. And if I really wanted to lock in and fully lock in, like oh my god, QTE, all that kind of stuff, I will play a locked in game, right? I like the chill. You can take your time. You can just go have a dinner, come back, chill, play with like one finger or even a fun button. But there's still depth when it comes to the team building, speed tuning. What team do you want to use? Memory of Chaos. And Honkai Star Rail does have quite a bit of endgame content, right? And we're going to talk about that in the endgame content session. But for me right now, personally, Honkai Star Rail is going to be head over shoulders. I do like turn-based combat anyways, right? I played Pokemon since young. I played games like Epic 7. I played games like Artery Gear. Not really exactly turn-based, but you kind of say turn-based. Like Battle Cats, if you want to call it turn-based, kind of. You deploy the cats and you kind of go. So I do like this turn-based stuff, this strategy, right? So that is going to be that for me. Honkai Star Rail is rank 1. Rank 2. I like Zenless. I like Zenless game because I was thinking between Zenless and Wuthering Waves, and at this point I can just kind of give it's gonna be this and this. For the overall gameplay, it's very, very close, by the way. Zenless and Wuthering Waves, I think they are both very, very close. They share similar mechanics, the swapping, the parries, the skills. What differs is Zenless, they have a shared ultimate, whereas Wuthering, they have individual ultimates. Zenless has the day system, whereas Wuthering have the the vibration system. I think they're both very, very similar. But I guess the fundamental reason why I will put Zenless just a little bit above Wuthering Waves, it feels cleaner to me. The animations, the oomph of the parries, the dodges, the QTEs, the effects, it feels a bit cleaner to me, and that is pretty much the main factor that I would say is the main reason why I just put a little bit above. I'm not talking about like gameplay difficulty or like how difficult is this game, because I don't think it is even a important metric to even discuss. I don't think a game is good or not good based on how difficult a game is. Because if by their definition, then, you know, chained together with 4 people would be the best game in the world on hell mode, right? I think difficulty is completely irrelevant as to how good a game can be. But that being said, if players do like a more difficult game where you are given less rooms for improvement, less rooms for mistakes, you get one shot, Wuthering Waves is gonna be the one to go, right? Wuthering Waves definitely way more difficult, especially for the hologram. I'm talking about the absolute hardest difficulty as we have right now. Zenless Zone Zero's difficulty, you don't get one shot, but you have the health sponge, right? The enemy is a lot tankier, and you need to be wary of not exactly like you don't care about the damage, because if you towards the later stages you still do get a shit ton of damage taken, right? So but yeah, in Wuthering, you're legitimately getting one shot by the holograms, especially Temper 6. That being said, until they actually refresh holograms, that would be a different topic, right? So yeah, that's gonna be my take on Zenless Wuthering. And why Genshin is ranked last for me in gameplay is frankly because, like I mentioned in my previous video, the main criteria where I play Genshin Impact is not really exactly for the gameplay. It is mainly for the story, the lore, the character, the music, and everything along the lines, right? As that is the reason why I play Genshin. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, I suck at Genshin. I have not been getting good at Genshin. I don't even read what the characters do. I don't know what the fuck is the talent of the ultimate. So I just plain out suck at Genshin. So because the combat is the gameplay is just not my main focus, right? So I'll be leaving Genshin Impact last, right? So that's it that for the gameplay. Character design, I would say if it's based on like how they look alone, I will give it to Honkai. I vibe with Honkai. I like how a lot of their designs, they are a lot more mature compared to, say, for example, Genshin Impact. I think Genshin Impact, a lot of the characters are a little bit too young for me. I don't know why. There's very little, like, older people, right? A lot of the characters in Genshin, they're a little bit too young. And I guess you could also kind of say the same for Zenless. Honkai Star Rail design, I think, based on how it looks, could be rank 1. But one thing that made me very difficult to give it to Honkai is the animations, the expressions from Zenless. I think Zenless animation and expressions, they are the best, and it is not even close. The way I really like how they make them like super like bouncy cartoon. Have you guys seen Jane Doe's? It's like it's super like well animated. For every single story cutscene, the trailers, the teasers, the like beyond just the splash art and everything, right? I think Zenless clears easily for any of the other 3 games. And by that, I will have to give it to Zenless. I'll have to give it to Zenless. So that's gonna be my take, right? Honkai Star Rail, the designs are great, but like you don't really see them a lot, except for these like rare occasions where there's like the story cutscenes. In combat, you're not really getting a lot, right? They're basically standing there, you have to cast a skill, and that's pretty much it. But the key thing that kind of seals the deal is that they're not as expressive, they're not as bouncy. I just really like the Zenless Zone Zero bounce. And I'm not talking about Jane Doe's ass cheeks. I'm just talking about the design they put into each character, how expressive they make them feel, the liveliness, the emotions. It feels a lot more, it is conveyed better to me in Zenless, right? So I'm just gonna chug it up as that. Last for me, no particular reason. I would say they are both, like both Genshin and Wuthering, they are not in the same leagues as Honkai Star Rail and Zenless. And I wanted to combine both, okay, design plus animation. I wanted to combine both design plus animation because they're fundamentally talking about the character itself. And they're both kind of close. Right? Like Genshin and Wuthering, I feel like they're both kind of close. They are both not very expressive. I feel like at least from what I've seen, a lot of their expressions, they're kind of dead. Especially when I'm playing the ENVA. They legit are just like, that said, I feel that because of the theme that goes into each region, right? I think it's a little bit more prominent in Genshin. So like if you go into Inazuma units, or you go to Liyue units, or you go into Suma, like you can distinctively tell the design for these characters are tailored to the region. Whereas in my opinion, Wuthering Waves so far, they all just kind of like Liyue people. They all look like they're from Space China. Like Jingxi, Yingling, they all look kind of like this. Like you couldn't really tell me like a difference in regions that much. I'm not exactly, maybe this will change. To be fair, this will probably change if Wuthering Waves expands out to even more regions. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to be doing that. Because right now, we technically only have Jingzhou, right? As like the main-ish region. Did have a slight sneak peek to Jue, the Jue from Jingxi. So there might be like cosmic roles and all that kind of stuff. But I want to see where different regions come out. And I'm also including this for like version 1.2. You're getting the Zhezhi and the free 5-star and the Yuhu. It doesn't really split that much for me. So for that, I will give it to Genshin. Not by a large margin, right? Not by a large margin. So that's gonna be that. Story and lore. I haven't played Fontaine, and this is already here. So I don't think there's too much to expand. Honkai Starbucks is the second. And for me personally, I think Penacony was really where the star of Honkai Starbucks. Like Penacony, it just superseded everything else. Xianzhou, Jarilo 6, Space Station, it was not really that close compared to the Penapeak, right? Picani. And I haven't even reached Fontaine, which I will take my words back if Fontaine turns out to be worse than Sumeru. If Fontaine is a region that's worse than Sumeru, I'll swap it around. I'll make it like this, right? But I haven't played Fontaine yet, so take this with a grain of salt, right? Take this with a grain of salt. Then I think this is gonna be like this for me. Zenless Zone Zero story and lore. It is not meant. I don't think Zenless Zone Zero is meant to be like a lore-intensive game. It is meant to be like a goofy happy-go-lucky, very chill story. Like, and they're not afraid to express it, right? They are not afraid to show that they are not serious. There's like goofy ass scenes in the story. It is quite literally the definition of it ain't that deep, lil bro, right? Zenless Zone Zero story, it ain't that deep, and I think it's completely fine. Wuthering definitely has lore. There's a deep lore, the Jingxi, what is Jue, Scar, Familia. Like, it is definitely way deeper than Zenless. So, that's pretty much it. You don't say that Zenless is shit, but I think they're just embracing this. So, I'll just rate it as it is, right? So, that's gonna be that. Okay, cool. Unless we see more, that's gonna be the rating as of now, right? Also, take into consideration that pinch of salt, because these different games have different timelines, right? Wuthering Waves have only been out for like, what, a couple of months. Zenless is like literally 1 month. Honkai is for 1 year, and Genshin for 4 years. Alright, so definitely take it with a pinch of salt. Different games have like different build up for the story, especially for the story. Okay, music, I think it's just like this. Something like this. I don't know why, I just really don't vibe with Wuthering Waves music. I just don't. It's the exact same battle theme. It doesn't feel cooked enough for me. So that is gonna be not too much to expand here, genuinely. Because at this point, music is always, you know, what kind of genre you like, right? But my take, if you really disagree or agree, but that's gonna be that. Okay, cool. EndGame. I'm talking about EndGame like Pyro Abyss, Memory of Chaos / Apocalyptic Shadow / Pure Fiction, Power of Adversity, Shield Defense / Follow Zero. As of now, I think it's just gonna be this into this, and this. So, by the way, the spacing means nothing, but it's a random spacing. It's a random spacing, right? Honkai Starbucks, objectively speaking, and this is not subjective, this is objectively speaking, they have the highest amount of endgame modes that tailors to different teams, encourages you to use different team buildings, and use different mechanics, for the most part, right? MOC have different buffs, Pure Vision have different buffs, Apocalyptic Shadow just released different buffs, all that kind of stuff. And I really like the way they're going about it. So imagine if they make another endgame mode. So I think Honkai Starbucks endgame is definitely going to be up there. Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, I think at this point, they are very similar in a sense where it's basically shield defense versus Power of Adversity. I'm not going to compare Hologram because it's a one-time clear. And Holo Zero is kind of also like a one-time clear. It's a similar universe, right? You can't really compare it. So I'll just compare Tower of Adversity and shield defense. Now, unfortunately, in Wuthering Waves, hologram fights, they are not a refreshable content. So the moment you're done, you're done. If hologram, they make it into a permanent game mode. Yeah, if hologram was refreshable, I think it will be excellent endgame content. But unfortunately, it's not. So it is what it is. I feel like they are both very similar. And it will really depend which gameplay you like more. If you like the gameplay loop of Wuthering Waves combat, you are gonna like Wuthering Waves more. If you like Zenless Zone Zero, you're gonna like Zenless. So I think that's extremely close. Because Tower of Adversity and Shield Defense, they're both kind of like, towards the end, Hell Sponge. Towards the end, alright? You just need to deal enough damage and you can get it over and done with. The survival issues, not dealing enough damage, Kara cleansing, all that, most of it is gonna be derived from the fact that you're under-leveled and under-invested. By the time you reach like max level 60, max ready, it gets considerably more manageable. Where to that point, you're kind of just relying on muscle memory and just beat the stage, right? So, I'll leave that as this. Genshin Impact's endgame, it is. Oh, the reason why I left it all the way towards the end is because, first of all, I never played Imaginary Theater or whatever it is, so I can't judge it. But aside from Imaginary Theater, Genshin Impact has not had an endgame update for almost 4 years. Up until recently. Whereas these games, they are out for like 1 year-ish, less than 1 year. And if, as a player such as myself, that picked up Genshin Impact 5 months ago, and I'm already at floor 12, I couldn't beat floor 12, I beat floor 11. It took me 5 months to get here. for a game that's almost 4 years old, that is a little bit, you know, maybe a little bit more can be done here, right? So that is crazy. I have no comments on Imaginarium Theater, so I'm not gonna comment that, right? So let's give that. Okay, exploration / world. How do I even rank Zenless? Because it's not even an open world, right? It's not even an open world. Round 1 is gonna be Wawa. Okay. Grappling hooks, running up the wall, parkour, no stamina, fly around the place. You can use a motorcycle, you can use a blood. Just done. I think it's gonna be something like this. Because Honkai Starbucks is not really like an open world exploration. Like the moment you're done with the story quest, you probably never go back ever again. Unless you just want to like kill mobs. Which like, you know, very, very few people do it. Zenless is basically, it's just non-existent. Okay, you know what? Something like this. I mean, Zenless is not a game that's priding themselves in the open world anyways. So it is what it is. And Honkai Starbucks is gonna be dead. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Not a lot to talk about, honestly. Because these two, they are not even open world games, right? So it's basically just Wuthering and Genshin. And Wuthering just shits on Genshin when it comes to the open world exploration. Neutrally speaking, right? It's just not even close. It's legit not even close. You know what? Okay. Alright, progression. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, yo, I'm talking about strictly the exploration and the world, right? I'm not talking about like the hidden lore. Oh my god, do you know that Hanu has a hidden Tevi? Oh my god, do you know that Honkai Starbucks is like that's under here, right? So, not the fuck now. You guys want world design? Okay, fine, we're adding world design. Okay, Hoyo Shields. Okay, we have world design for the Hoyo Shields. Let me take a piss, I'll be right back. You guys can war in chat, let me take a piss real quick. Genshin will be the first, but it's a 4-year-old game with a map the fucking size of Elden Ring. So, there's it. I am very interested to see how will Honkai Starbucks compare. Because me personally, right, I like the theme of planets, of space. I like the space theme. This is just a personal preference. I like it more than like forests and like mountains and shit. I like going to different planets. So I do like Honkai Starbucks, but as of this current moment, Genshin just has way more in terms of design. They have China, Japan, Europe. They're gonna be Middle East, and then there's gonna be like Africa. So there's just way more. But I'm very interested to see how Honkai Star Rail will be like 3 years later. So for now, I'm gonna keep it as this. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Zenless is literally a city. So if you guys really like the city vibes, go for it. But as far as I'm concerned, it is just city here, city there, and city everywhere. So it's just city, right? So it's gonna be something like this. I just don't vibe with it. Like it's basically just a city for like 90% of the whole thing. So it will be something like this. For my personal preference, right? I don't like the city thing, which is why I never finished Cyberpunk. But done. Okay, are you happy now, Hoyo Shields? Are you happy that Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, they are now better than Wuthering Waves? Because you guys were not happy with the exploration progress. Good? Alright, good. Let's go. Progression.
How about the character RVs and game model?
What art? What art? What art are you talking about? Alright, keep it safe. What art? Shut the fuck up. We're not talking about art. We're not talking about art. We're not talking about art. I think Honkai Starbucks did it the best. In terms of progression, the traces they provide is pretty good. There's no like gold traces. It's just green, blue, and purple. The Echoes of War, you have like 1 billion Echoes of War, so it's never a shortage. The little gold balls, unless you're a goddamn Giga Whale, you're probably never gonna run into a shortage. The only infinite time sink is like relics, and relics cost 40 stamina. So I think Honkai Starbucks clears here. Now, the reason why Wuthering Waves, in my opinion, clears and it's not even close, both Genshin and Zenless, is because of this one thing. Even though UL70 changes nothing, even though the Tesla fields, they give like a shit tier rewards, even since level 50, all that kind of stuff, there's one thing that they don't have, which is you can share relics and weapons for your endgame content. You can quite literally run a single set and give it to every single unit for all 3 sites. That is diabolical. You're never gonna be able to do that for any of the other 3 games. The only reason why Wuthering is still lower than Honkai Starbucks is because of the progression, and the amount you get is just way too low. For level 50, 60, 70. So that the progression, bang for buck, is not high enough. But because you can literally share your gears, which is pretty much the end game of this game, with everyone, is very, very good, right? And I think the biggest bottleneck for Wuthering, you probably won't even feel it if you can share the gears. It's not that bad. Like, once you raise up your one good set, right? Then you just have to care about the unit levels and traces. So, that is gonna be for me. Genshin and Zenless, I personally rank Genshin higher than Zenless because I feel that Zenless, the bottleneck is... Okay, first of all, the relics, it costs 67 now. Boom. Second of all, the Notorious Hunt, unless I'm not mistaken, it is always at 1, right? Oh, Genshin has time gated farming. Okay, you know what, chat? You know what, to be fair? I honestly know nothing about Genshin progression, but I just look at it. You know what? It's been 5 months. I have a lot of level 80 units. Looks pretty good. Maybe we swapped it. Okay, maybe we swapped it. Yeah, time gated progression. That kind of sucks. No, the reason why I think I don't feel that good for Zenless is because this notorious hunting is basically equivalent to Echoes of War. You only get 3 times a week for the rest of your life, unless they change it at the very, very last level. Zenless at 300 stamina. True. RCM is about Genshin progression. It's the same as Genshin. Okay, you know what? It's my personal review, but I also want to be, you know, I want to get more feedback, right? Because me personally, if I don't know enough or something, I wanna get some feedback. But yeah, I think chat kind of brought up some interesting things. Genshin progression might be a bit scuffed. It might be a bit scuffed. Time gated, same as Notorious Hunt. Not enough Mora. Well, between these two, I'll just go chalk it up this here. I'll just chalk it up this here. Alright, cool. Gacha System. So these are the 2 opposite spectrums, yeah? These are the 2 opposite spectrums. Like legit from all the way up to all the way down. I like Honkai, but I like Zenless more. Just a little bit more. Statistically speaking, Zenless Zone Zero has a higher percentage on your W engines. It's 1% odds. So statistically, you're more likely to get your Zenless Zone Zero engine a little bit more. And statistically speaking, as the rank 1 Zenless Zone free to play, I have not lost a single 50-50. Statistically speaking for myself, I like Zenless Zone Zero's Gacha System. Alright? This. I think they're both pretty much around the same. Alright, they're both pretty much around something. It's just that for Honkai Starbucks, my girlfriend Firefly, she completely destroyed my bank account. And Hue does not being pulling her weight, right? So just personal reasons, right? But I think Wuthering and Genshin, these 2, they are objectively probably the only, if there's one objective thing in this entire list, is this Gacha System right here. Wuthering Wave have the best Gacha System bar none across all the games. It is not even close. 100% guaranteed on your weapons, lesser pulls required, free Eidolon tools if you pull enough, if selector at 80 summons, all the so this is not even close. Genshin, it makes me want to kill myself in game. Alright, cool, done. Not too much to be said here. Power creep. Or rather, like the least, like how is power creep managed by the companies, yeah? By the games. I think we can't really say power creep that much for Zenless and Wawa. So they are like disqualified. Because it's too early. It is legit too early to tell. Okay, you know what? We can cook a little bit. Because Jingxi was really fucking good. Really fucking good. Okay, Zenless is too early. You know what? I'll disqualify Zenless. Zenless is DQ'd. I think Zenless is way too early. I want to see how Jane Doe and Chipo is literally our first fucking banner. So Zenless is disqualified. Okay. Genshin, Honkai Starbucks, and Wuthering. I feel that between these 3, the fact that units like Burnett, Xiangling, Bishop, like this soup, it's been 3.5 years. And they're still at the top. I think Genshin kind of did it pretty good. Although Nervulet was like, oh my fucking god, this guy is fucking crazy. Kazuha, this guy is fucking crazy. But like for an account such as myself, who literally do not have access to these units, I don't feel that the game is too difficult. Oh, Kazuha is 1.6. Holy shit. Okay, that's my issue. It's my issue. Yeah, for a game that has been out for like 4 years, the fact that 1.6 unit, a 1.6 unit is still like at this, I think Genshin did it the best. But okay, and also that's also true. The reason why you guys don't feel this is also because Genshin's endgame is also non-existent. So it's like they are kind of like tied hand in hand. Genshin has no power creep because there's nothing to power creep. Because all you have is Spiral Abyss and the image. So, you know, for a game that maybe that's why it's a good thing that Genshin has no endgame, right? So because they have quote unquote no endgame, power creep basically does not exist in Genshin, which is excellent. Alright? So people that don't like power creep, this is good. This is good. Right now, Genshin's highest pulling value for me is the Gyat and the between Honkai Starbucks and Wuthering Waves. I am just a little bit more concerned for Wuthering Waves, but once again, this is a little bit too early to tell, right? Because it has only been like 2 patches. Jingxi's power level to be released in version 1.1, I think that was quite a bit of a shock to me. And then theoretically speaking, the brand new 5-star theoretically might just straight up invalidate Calchero's existence. So, and it's only been like 2 patches, right? Honkai Starbucks, we have very clear, okay, and Honkai Starbucks is not immune to this, right? Because units that were crazy after the release of Super Break, for the same amount of stamina invested in the relics on average, because crit relics is a lot more difficult, right? Firefly and Super Break is just, it is like, why would you even bother about crit teams anymore if you can just run Super Break? Unless they introduce another mechanic, it's kind of counter it, right? And then we have Aircron. You do the 5 billion damage every single turn because you have like infinite ultimates. So Honkai Starbucks definitely also have power creep. And I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, the health pool for every single enemy in Memory of Chaos has increased quite drastically per rotation. I'm not even talking about is per rotation. The health pools in Mach 12, it goes up by a lot. Go back and look at the health pool of a first season, the first MOC 10, compared to now. It is okay, maybe not even MOC 10. The first MOC 12 to our current MOC 12, it is, I'm pretty sure they have like doubled, if not more than doubled, which is kind of crazy, by the way. Because if you think about it, your units can't change that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, your relics can only go up to this point where it's like maxed out. Like, what are you gonna do with like 80% crit rate and 200% crit damage? There's not much you can do. So it ends up being, you are now bounded by your characters to scale your team if you want to clear faster. Alright, so both of these games, I think they have pretty glaring power creep issues. It's just that Honkai Star Rail, this trend is a lot more visual because you can visually see the health bloat for Mach 12 over the past couple of months. And the amount of insane mechanics that they've introduced with Acheron's Ultimate and Fire's Super Break. I don't know what the fuck kind of mechanics they're going to introduce in the future. Fei Xiao, who knows what she does, right? So, yep. For that reason, I think both are pretty bad. But I'll just give Wuthering Waves the benefit of doubt because it is a very new game. And Honkai Star Rail, it is a pretty, old game. It's kind of established. So I'll give it here. Right? Cool. All right, done. Voice actors. Okay, you know what? To be completely fair, I'll only talk about Ian. Because all of the story, the majority of the voice acting that we've played so far is on Ian, right? So I'll only talk about Ian. I think, is there a shit JP voice? There's no shit JP voice. Yeah, because of the RRs, right? Okay. So some of Genshin Impact's quests were completely fucking crazy. Sumeru Chapter 6. Oh my god, Boot Hill's VA cooked the fuck out of their unit. But also there are some like letdowns as well. Like Genshin has its peaks. I think Genshin has like some of the highest peaks, but also some of the lowest lows. Like Paimon is so it's a little bit hard to judge. I'll give it to Z. I like Z's voice, I think, for English. I just wish that they actually say the explicit stuff. I'm not sure if you guys have seen some of the side quests and the story quests. There are some really, really explicit stuff from Zenless Zone Zero. There was this little bit where this person told them to kill themselves in-game. And they literally say like, fuck, like on text. But they don't say it out loud, right? So like, I like it. I like this more mature direction. Not the baby Google shit, right? So I'll give it to Z. Not by a whole lot. Between Honkai Star Rail, okay, the last one is just gonna be this, right? Between Honkai Star Rail and Genshin. Okay, because of Paimon, I'm just gonna be this. If they fix Paimon one day, maybe we'll see a change. We'll see a change. Until the day happens, it's gonna be this, right? Actually, you know what? I'll make the gap a little bit bigger. Okay. Alright, cool. Welfare, QOL, and dailies. So like the devs listen. How long does it take to clear dailies? Do you feel frustration playing this game? Do we get enough pools as it's free to play? Right? Income, welfare, quality of life. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's very, very fair. And I don't think we need to talk about this that much. There's not a lot of discussion to be had over here. So done. Honkai Star Rail and Zenless. Zenless needs more time to cook. It's only been 1 month. So they need more time. But I would say that so far Honkai Star Rail has been doing pretty good. I think so far Honkai Star Rail has been doing pretty good. Wait, what? Honkai Star Rail has a lot. Wait, are the Hoyo shields upset? Wait, hold up. Hoyo shields are upset. Wait, pause. Sorry guys, I need to take a look. This is an emergency. Okay, actually, you know what? We might need to split dailies into a separate portion. I think it's kind of okay. Okay, I'll put quality of life with dailies. So welfare is like freebies. What is welfare? The free shit that the devs gives you. The free shit where the devs listen. Zenless Zone Zero might be lower than Genshin in terms of freebies. I mean, it's a little bit too early to cook up welfare for Zenless because it's literally a 1-month-old game. So obviously, Genshin Impact over the course of 4 years will give you way more shit than a 1-month-old game, Sarah. So it's a little bit hard to say. You know what? Disqualified. ZZZ disqualified. Because it's just too short. Right? Cool. Okay. Quality of lives and dailies. We didn't get a 3-5 star because Blade is not playable, no? Oh, damn. I really like Zenless Zone Zero's dailies. You literally finish it in almost a single mission. Almost. I like the dailies. I like the coffee. It's very fast. You don't have to... There's no overworld for you to farm. So you don't even feel inclined to like min-max. It is just an extremely fast and easy game. Genshin has resin condensing faster. Genshin is better than Zenless Zone Zero. Genshin has faster dailies. Alright, Honkai Star Rail has fun button as well. Honkai Star Rail does have the fun button. Okay, does having a fun button change everything? Because Honkai Star Rail is the only one with the fun button. Yes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna log in to my own playing experience. And this is coming from somebody who has executive account managers. All right, done. Nothing objective. Purely from my personal playing experience. I play the game myself, okay? I do play the game myself. Nothing object. This is only... It is a low diff. These are all low... These sessions, they're all low diffs, right? Low diffs, almost no diff at all. So, pretty much almost the same, right? Personal experience, not gonna... Alright, one last point before we finish up this entire video. The community. The community of Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. Now, I do want to kind of make a point here. The community most people are aware of will be the vocal minority. It is usually the vocal minority that garners the highest amount of attention. Millions of people play a game, but probably only thousands say something on the internet. So this community is not representative of everyone. We are specifically talking about people who are making their presence known on the internet. Example, the Jingyuan mains, the Hoyo bots, the Kuro shills, drama farmers, the boycotters, right? These kind of loud minorities are what we're talking about. I would say that 90% of the community, they're probably just very normal people playing the game, going about their lives, and honestly could not be bothered, could not be asked to give a fuck about like internet drama and like who. So we're only talking about the local minority here, right? I think fundamentally, and there it is, neutral chatter.
Genuinely cannot believe this shit.
Voting for WoW community for last just because they got mad at you for your last WoW trailer reaction, even though that's how you react to everything. Neutrally speaking.
No, it's just, bro, I'm neutral. I'm neutral. It's just that the Wuthering Waves community, they are a little bit too serious. The Wuthering Waves community, they are very, very serious people. It's like, is the living embodiment of like Reddit, you know? It's like, oh, why you? Oh, I'll show you. It's like, they're just a little bit too serious. Doesn't make them a bad community. It's just, they're just way too serious. So we're just on different wavelengths, you know? So I'm good. I don't hate them. I don't hate any communities, actually. Okay, you know what? The best thing about this, the number of dramas incited within a community on an average of 1 year. I'm just gonna be talking about the year 2023 to 2024. I don't know what the fuck happened before that in Genshin. 2023 to 2024. Honkai Star Rail. We've got the Robin drama. We've got the Sparkle drama. We've got the Firefly and Kayla's drama.
Voting
Sparkle was a
for
Nazi.
killing cats. Inexcusable.
Mid-Yuan drama. VA drama. Oh, you know what? I take it back. It's impossible. It's impossible to remember. You know what? I take it back. That is just way too long. It's way too long. Oh my god. Can we just... Okay, you know what? In order to be completely neutral... Alright, Wuthering Waves have the worst community. Insane. Alright, so Wuthering Waves is the worst community. Followed by Honkai Star Rail. Alright, last one. Oh, Genshin Impact has the best community. And there it is. So that's gonna be the neutral take. Genshin Impact has the absolute best community, and Wuthering Waves will have the worst community. I'm gonna leave this one to you guys. Me personally, I like all communities. I like the sense of camaraderie. I like the sense of open discussions. I like the sense of where everyone can come together and share what they have learned in the game as we all enjoy a gacha game as one happy family. So I love all communities, right? Maybe some communities, they're a little bit more serious. Some communities, they're a little bit more goofy. Some communities, they're a little bit more sensitive. Some communities are a little bit, it doesn't necessarily make them a bad community. I'm not gonna write this here, so you're gonna have to take my words verbatim, right? Personally, I'll just say it once, really quickly. From order of favorite to least favorite, really quickly. Zenless, Honkai, Genshin, Wuthering. And with that, we have come to the end of today's content. Like I said, this is a purely subjective take. This is purely a subjective take, right? The entire list, I'm just gonna leave it up right here. Thanks, spin RNG. In conclusion, these are my personal thoughts on the comparison of the big four. I'm not gonna give like a ranking of like which game is better than which game objectively as a whole, because you can see a lot of different games have areas where they excel at. For me personally, from my perspective, right? So It depends what kind of game you like. Feel free to go ahead and explore and try them out. If you don't like it, feel free to move on. Time is way too short to waste them on a game that you don't enjoy, right? It ain't that deep. Play something you like, move on. I do want to say this final message though, before we kind of move on here. The reason why I call myself a neutral streamer is not because I don't start drama. I feel that, okay, I'm for you by the way. Yeah, I'm for you. I think it is completely fine to have disagreements, discussions, agreements of a particular topic which you find yourself deeply passionate about. I am deeply passionate about the games I play, the games I make content for, and I am not afraid to, say an opinion that may or may not rub off the wrong people, or have a reaction that may or may not rub off the wrong people. But at the end of the day, I always am neutral is because I will never attack that said person because of who they are. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I hate how EndGame feels bad to use. It's a video game character. I hate how the Gacha revenue reports came out, or the point that Gacha's made, or whatever, right? Or even EO. EO made a point, and we talk about it. It is always about the subject at discussion. It will never ever be because I hate this fucker. You get what I'm saying? Or like I have a ulterior motive to bring down, because at the end of the day, I feel that having discussions, having a agreement and disagreement about any topic is the way that you can bring forward a community. But unfortunately, majority of the internet, the vocal minorities, they will never understand this. They will always think just because we are disagree about something, or just because you call someone out for one bad action that they did or one bad action that they didn't do, it is nuclear drama. They hate this person, you're a racist, you're a homophobe. It just gets way too bad. But majority of people will never understand. But at least I know for myself that it will never be personal. It will just be my take. Just like this topic over here. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get sent death threats from either the Holy Shows or the Cruel bots about my personal opinion regarding a video game. It is what it is. I am the worst. How can you say this? How can you? What are you even? Do you even play the game? What the fuck are you even smoking? Like, all these things will come out, and it's just part and parcel of life as a content creator, or even on the internet, right? So yeah, that is why I am the neutral streamer. I'll stand by that. Word of the day is going to be war. WAR. Alright, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Join Discord, join Twitch, join YouTube. And this was a very long ass video. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Summary, I already left at the start, so that is gonna be that. Thank you so much for watching to the end. All the best for your gacha pools, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.